stunning that a U.S. president would put anything above the interests of the United States. You're there for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to look out for all of us and to put his political interests ahead and try to insist that those who he appointed, who are also supposed to make an oath of office to carry out the intentions of the American people.
There's been
stunning.
There's been plenty of outrage from the Democrats, but does it land any blows for the presidency in 2020? I know the Democrat strategy initially was trying to land some blows, narrow the focus and try and progress this very quickly. Is that happening, do you think, and will it progress beyond just the House of Representatives?
Well, I was heartened to see the Democratic candidates talk about this last night and to focus on the president as opposed to taking shots at one another. I think as you look at the polling of what's going on in the United States, a lot of people are focused and deeply troubled by this issue. They really want to be able to count on their president to look out for them. And this is looking out for himself.
What would it take for the Senate and Republicans
That's
to support
a very good question, because they do seem to keep moving the ball. At one point they said if there was no quid pro quo, and now they're saying, well, I don't know what they're saying now. And I think that they too all have to do some soul searching and remember their oath of office and really ask themselves, does this make sense in terms of the United States?
Let me ask you about the trade war. No sign yet of phase one being inked. There has been a feeling out there that perhaps it would be better for the administration to try and get some decent, comprehensive deals through. From the Democrat side, many in the market are pondering if there's any motivation for the Chinese to wait it out just in case there is a change of presidency, or whether it's going to be exactly the same under the Democrats versus the Republicans. What do you think? What's the approach and how is it different for the Democrats?
I can't advise the Chinese on what to do. I think we just have to try to figure out how can we have a trade deal that benefits the United States. And obviously China is a huge force around the world, and to the degree we can reach an agreement, the sooner the better. So we'll see. I don't know what their calculus will be.
Do you think we've seen a fundamental change though in supply chains, not just in traditional manufacturing but also in technology?
Well, certainly it's a huge disruptor, and the workforce of tomorrow is going to be very different than the workforce of today. One of the topics that we were discussing here at the conference yesterday is the role that women are going to play in the new economy, the gig economy, and are we going to get left behind, or are we going to be the ones that are driving it to make sure that it benefits everybody? And I think we are up for that challenge.
Speaking of women, do you think we'll see an all-female ticket for the Democrats, and particularly also in context, President Trump has been accused for the negative messages he might send to women over the course of his tenure. Do you think it could come down to gender?
Well, I think the issue of gender will be front and center, whether there are women on the ticket or not. What I've encouraged all of the Democratic candidates to do is to talk about the importance of closing the gender gap. We know that diversity is a strength. There's a mounting body of evidence that shows that employers who get that and remove the structural and cultural barriers that prevent women from thriving in the workplace are more competitive. And so this isn't a nice to do for women. It's an imperative. And we want to compete globally, we being businesses all around the world, then we have to change. And so I think that that's the issue that should be before the candidates, regardless of their gender. I want to know that they're fighting for equality.
Do you have a tip as to which candidates are likely to emerge on the ticket?
It's too soon to say. I mean, every week someone else pops up and it gets a surge in the polls, and the only poll that really matters is the one on Election Day. So I'm not clairvoyant enough to say who's going to emerge. I do think we have an embarrassment of riches in the Democratic Party. Any one of the candidates, should he or she emerge as a nominee, I would get behind them and work hard for them in the general election.
Come 2020, it's still a long way out for that presidential election, and we know that at the moment we've got impeachment, we've got trade, the economy, interest rates are all big issues at this point, but it could change the closer we get to the election. What is your sense on what will be important for voters come Election Day 2020?
I think the issues that are important to voters in 2020 are the same issues that are important to them every day. Are they going to make enough money to provide for their family? Will they have access to affordable health care? I mean, those are big issues upon which there are big differences between the Democrats and certainly President Trump. President Trump is in court right now trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act. And I think Democrats' view is everybody deserves access to quality health care. So that's a huge difference. Democrats are interested in making sure that taxes are fair, whereas the Republicans have this sense that if they cut taxes for the very wealthy, that it will trickle down. That has never worked. And so there are very big differences, I think, in terms of the Democratic and Republican Party that are just constant, regardless of whether it's 2020 or 2018. 2018, we saw a huge focus on health care in the midterm elections, and the outcome was very positive for Democrats.
Do you think a wealth tax is connecting at this point? I mean, we've seen it in the UK election, also being used by the Labour Party, trying to stir up some more votes. It's a very simple message that people have done better than others in this recovery from the financial crisis, and they should be taxed. Do you think it could carry a lot further than we think?
I think it has traction. What people want is fairness. And I think what I hear resonating as I travel around the United States is, I'm not trying to penalize you for being wealthy. I'm just saying, where is my share? I'm working hard every single day, and could we have a fairer, simpler system?
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.